Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha Burton. I am a mom to 3 little kids and married to my husband for almost 10 years. So in today's video, I am going to be taking you along on quick and easy weeknight meals again. And this one's a little special because it has a couple meats in this that can be repurposed into another meal. So it's super weekday friendly and gives you tons of options for the weekday. And then also at the end, I added in a yummy dessert that I finagled and figured out how to make for my gluten-free friends. All right, the first recipe in today's video is going to be this absolutely delicious crockpot meal that we make from the Wellness Mama cookbook. I will link her cookbook down below, but you're going to start by breaking out that crockpot. So this is the perfect time because I call this crockpot season. I think everybody does. So it is just the best time with all the activities, school stuff, holidays. I just love being able to do crockpot recipes. It takes a lot for me to like a crockpot recipe. So this is one that we always keep in our back pocket just because we love it so much, and it does make a lot. So it is called a Mississippi roast. It is not your traditional roast. It is so flavorful. I know you're going to be like questioning some ingredients. I did. If you've never had a Mississippi roast, like this roast includes pepperoncinis, which I was like, really? But I'm telling you, it is just so freaking delicious, and it makes your house smell so good. You know those crock pot recipes where you walk in at the end of the day and you're like, ah, my house smells so good. This is one of them. So it has quite a bit of seasonings. I definitely overloaded the seasonings just because I bought a bigger roast than what she recommends in the cookbook. So definitely something you can just mess with, add more of. I know I add more pepperoncini juices just because we like that flavor. I personally love pepperoncinis in general, so I will load it up with that. I will load it up with the actual pepperoncinis, and then for the kids, I just make sure I pick around it. And trust me, it's not super spicy or anything by any means. And during this time, anytime you can use a bone broth over a chicken stock or a beef stock, definitely try to get those substitutes in just because these bone broths are going to contain more nutrients for you and help during these seasons of just all of the sicknesses.
I've been contemplating all my time. My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I can find instead of always being on the grind. I need a new purpose. I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching. You're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I can go? Run away into your escape. Run away, you're never too far to run. Run away into your escape.
So for this recipe, you can use a mozzarella cheese, or we've also used provolone slices. After I have tried the mozzarella, I would definitely say that the mozzarella is a lot better than the provolone, but you could go either way with this. So for gluten-free bread, you kind of have to toast it a little bit. So put it in the oven and we toast it and let that cheese melt before we add the meat on top.
Until I can feel you near. I need a new purpose. I'm looking for so much more. Don't leave me here searching. You're just what I'm longing for. When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I could go? Run away, run away, run away into your escape. Run away, run away, run away. You're never too far to run. Run away, run away, run away.
So once you got that cheese melted, you're just gonna load it up with as much meat as you want and put the onions and pepperoncinis on top if you want. My husband loads it with them. I actually don't add them to my sandwiches just because I don't prefer them on them, but you can do whatever you want. We serve this with a side of the Siete potato chips. They're just my favorite potato chips. And they're a clean brand that uses no hydrogenated oils. They use avocado oil, which is great. You definitely don't want those hydrogenated oils during this flu and sick season. So just little tips that we do to try to keep ourselves healthy this season, and casserole dishes are just going to be one of your great go-tos just because of all of the added nutrients that you get from those vegetables soaking in that broth. So on top of making quick and easy meals, we also love the budget-friendly meals, which I have noticed with this sirloin steak that you can get at Sam's or really any grocery store. It's a cheaper meat. It is sirloin, so it's going to have less fat, but it also is just cheaper and so versatile. So for instance, we will use it in recipes like serving it on the side for ramen noodles for additional protein. We will cook it up and use it on top of steak. We will also do chipotle bowls with this meat. And then also this recipe, which we do a lot since it's so quick and easy and a perfect weeknight meal. So what you'll do is you'll let it soak in a soy sauce. So this meal is more like hibachi grill inspired meal. So you'll let it basically soak in this soy sauce for I don't want to say all day, at least like 4 hours. I try to do as much as possible, so I will do it in the morning and then try to let it soak all day. But literally, you're just throwing it in some sort of pan that you can let it marinate. And then when you're done, you're just going to toss it right into a pan and cook it up real quick. But I think I paid about $17 for both of these pieces of meat. So I definitely throw it one in for the meal for that night, and then I keep the other one in the fridge, and then I'll cook it up with one of my meals. So in another video that I plan on releasing soon, I will be showing that steak Cobb salad that I absolutely love, and it uses this steak. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you are notified when that video releases. And I do show you here that steak was actually $15.89, so even better than I thought. So like I had said, we're making like a hibachi grilled kind of inspired meal tonight. So I am going to use the brown jasmine rice just because brown rice is supposed to be better for you. I prefer the taste of white, but you know, trying to be better. So I do serve this with rice, and then we're going to cook up some broccolini and then saute some shrimp in like a butter sauce. And then that is basically the meal. So super easy. I'm using a rice cooker as usual, so that makes that even easier. Then I am also going to add a bone broth to the rice to add additional nutrients for us for this night's meal.
Had me in your possession, had you swimming inside my affection, but with you I came second, so I cut off the connection. And now you're calling me, holding your heart there inside your hands. You say I'm where you wanna be, but you're out of chances. keep on talking, but I'm already gone. You had your shot, but you went about it all wrong. Tried to pull you in close, eyes were locked on your phone. Now you're sour, cause I'm moving on. Oh, yeah.
So after you've cooked up that shallot and got it nice and crispy, you are going to want to pull that out of the pan and then throw in your broccolini to basically saute it for a while. So again, with this recipe, I am going to be adding in a beef broth to basically create the steam bath, and then I'm going to cover it and then get cooking on all my other items.
Maybe next time you'll hold on the way you have. No, you don't get to show up. Teary-eyed saying I'm all you want. Maybe next try, maybe next time you won't sleep on a good love. You won't sleep on a good love. You won't sleep on a good love.
So once you get all of your shrimp in the pan, basically what I do is I get a garlic powder and I just load that stuff on. I will load it on both sides when I turn it. So basically you're just going to cook the shrimp to your desired doneness. And then I felt like I just did not have enough liquid at the bottom to help with the shrimp, so I did add in some more butter. And then here is what the steak looked like when it was finished. So I did let it rest for, I want to say like 10 minutes. I usually always try to let my meat rest before I cut into it or eat it. So I let that rest before I sliced it up.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I can sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess, but what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line, thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low, I'm not myself. I feel so low, I'm not myself. Was it something in the wind? Was it meant to be pulled apart from everything I knew, like golden leaves when it's their time to fall? But I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I could sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess, but what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line, thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low.
This next recipe I think is so helpful because you can make such a bulk amount of meat and you can use it for different types of meals throughout the week. So here I am going to show you the best homemade barbecue sauce. You have got to try it. It is from Half Baked Harvest. She is an amazing cookbook, recipe writer, all the things. You definitely have to give this recipe a try. You can sub out the brown sugar for coconut sugar, which I did recently, and this barbecue recipe turned out great. If you are like a Sweet Baby Ray's person, this recipe is for you. But this entire meal that we're making is a pulled pork. So usually what we do when we make this is we will serve it as basically pulled pork for the kids. My husband will put it on a gluten-free sandwich, and then I personally prefer pulled pork on lettuce wraps. I know it sounds really weird, but trust me on this, guys. It is a great way to reduce your carb intake, but it's just something about that crunch that you get with the lettuce with eating the pulled pork. I just love it, and I love to have it for lunch. So then other recipes that you could use would be a like pulled pork kind of you repurpose the meat and it would make like a bowl. So this is another book from Casey Garcia. I want to say is how you pronounce her name. She has a great recipe that she uses pulled pork and then she repurposes it, puts different seasonings and like sautés it in a pan, and then she puts it on top of a bed of rice, and it is so good. In addition to that, there are times that we just literally take half of the pulled pork and then we throw it in a bag and we'll freeze it and then have that on hand for any time that we just want pulled pork in a very easy recipe or meal to have on the weeknights. So, as you could tell from the homemade barbecue sauce, if there is something that I can make homemade versus buying bagged in a box, in a jar, what have you, I try to avoid that as much as possible just so I can control the ingredients in our food. And so, one of the items that I have been able to realize that I could actually make myself is coleslaw. I don't know why it took me so long to put it together that I can make this myself. And it's so easy. All you need is a green cabbage, purple cabbage, red cabbage, whatever people call it, and a couple carrots. Sometimes I put in thinly sliced radishes just because I'm wanting like more of a peppery taste. And then I just use a vinegar based dressing, which is super easy to put together. You just put some extra virgin olive oil on top. You can do distilled vinegar, white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar. I usually prefer the wine vinegars over the distilled vinegar just because I think it tastes better. But you can definitely do whatever you want, whatever kind of dressing you like on top of your slaws. But I just find this so easy, and then I load it with salt and pepper, and I just think it tastes so stinking good. Sometimes we will also make our own homemade cornbread, which I've also recently come to find out that that is super easy to make homemade, and you can absolutely skip the boxes. And in my mind, I think and feel like it's always just cheaper to make it versus buy it, especially if you're gluten free, because man, boxed gluten free stuff is just so outrageous.
You were burning like a summer in my heart till you found another northern star, following a lover right out of my ocean. And I was broken, but you know what they say, time's got a good way of healing. I'm back on my feet and I'm happier than ever, like I never thought forever was you. My skies are blue, dancing kind of weather, back together like I wasn't into. Thought I was doomed, but I moved through the heartache mood. I don't care what you do. I'm happier than ever, so much better without you. Without you, without you. Happier without you. Picking up the pieces of a dream, every little thing I thought we'd be, learning how to let go of all the ways you burned me. And I was hurting, but you know what they say, time's got a good way of healing. I'm back to feeling I'm happier than ever, like I never thought forever was you. My skies are blue,
time's got a good way of going right through the motions. I'm happier than ever, like I never thought forever was you. My skies are blue, dancing kind of weather, back together like I wasn't into. Thought I was doomed, but I moved through the heartache mood. I don't care what you do. I'm happier than ever, so much better without you. Without you, without you. Happier without you. Without you, without you. Happier without you.
And I also know that lives can get busy and you can't really make stuff homemade. For instance, I have not been able to find a good mustard-based homemade potato salad. So if you know of a good one, please leave a comment down below and tell me your secret because I cannot find a good one. So that particular night, we did use the store-bought potato salad from Sam's, which actually has pretty good ingredients. But this next recipe here is the chicken teriyaki bowls, which I also have been able to find a way to basically repurpose this meat into another meal. So for instance, this night we are doing the chicken teriyaki bowls, but one thing that my son found out that he actually really likes is to take this and not chop up the thighs like I will in the actual recipe for the bowls, and I serve it on like a piece of bun or bread for lunches, and he actually really enjoyed that. I also served it with a piece of lettuce, so it was just basically a lettuce chicken sandwich, and he absolutely loved it. It didn't need additional sauce because it is marinating in a teriyaki sauce, which this teriyaki sauce is so good. So definitely recommend this recipe if you're looking for basically meats that you can prepare and then use in multiple meals throughout the week. So this is definitely meal prep friendly items. So I did marinate the chicken over the weekend, and then I also put all of these veggies in a bowl, and all you need to do is just add a little bit of water for it, and then whenever you're ready to cook, you just pull everything out and make it. And personally, I think just the longer something marinates, the better it tastes. So here is the actual night where I am putting everything together. So I am going to cook up some rice and obviously my rice cooker because it's super quick and easy. And then I'm going to pull out the stuff that I had meal prepped. So the veggies and then the chicken. And then all I needed to add to it was some beaten eggs. So super easy and quick meal you can make, and then also meal prep. So it's super easy and something you can put together and on the table super quick at night.
Just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat. Tested by the potion. Loving this devotion. Live it up, sweet emotion. Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show. You always take me so high, you always make the highlights. I love the way we vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar. All I want is satisfaction. Make a move, baby, you got nothing to lose. Give me that, give me that.
As always, I prepared my kids' dishes in a deconstructed way. So like I said, these are a bowl that I was making. And then for the kids, I just deconstructed it and gave them everything on this side. So serve the chicken with the side of rice and then the eggs, and let them choose how they wanted to eat it, whether they wanted to mix it or eat it separate. Usually they always choose to eat it separate, which is why I always end up deconstructing it, because let's be honest, if I threw it in a bowl, there's no way they would have ate that. But then for my husband and I did create a bowl, and then I do add a little bit more teriyaki sauce just because I feel like it needed it a little bit more. Just be careful with this stuff because you don't want to put too much on because it does come out heavy and thick, and it just a little goes a long way.
Ooh, that sugar sweet, you got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat. Tested by the potion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that sugar, just my kind of heat. Ooh, that sugar.
So this last recipe, I am going to be honest with you, completely surprised me. I had 100% no idea what I was doing, and I was basically winging it. I did a little research and saw like kind of how you would want to make a s'more brownie, but then I was just like, I am just going to just figure it out. If I fail, I fail. We'll see what happens. So overall, it turned out amazing. And the one thing that I would recommend is just let it sit for a long while. So maybe make it in the morning and let it sit all day and then cut into it. We noticed like the next day when we went to go have some more that it was so much easier to cut through the marshmallow and also just to eat. As much as like I love a warm brownie, it just it did a lot better and held up a lot better after the first night. So basically what I'm doing is I took a gluten-free brownie mix. I got these gluten-free crackers from Char. These are our absolute favorite. Highly recommend if you're gluten-free and you love s'mores like we do. And then you're going to basically grease the pan because you kind of don't want those things to stick. And then you're going to put the brownie mix on top. I do believe there's another brownie mix brand that it's not as thick as this, and I think it would have done a lot better, but this still turned out. So not knocking this brand, which I think was King Arthur. So basically you're going to put the brownie mix on top of the graham crackers, and then you are going to want to cook it. So basically the brownie is your chocolate, like in a s'more. You are going to cook it until the brownie is almost, you can put a toothpick in. You don't want it to cook it like completely because at the end you are going to have to put mini marshmallows on it. and then put it in the oven and let the marshmallows melt. So you do have to give the brownie some time to cook some more. So you definitely don't want to end up overcooking the brownie. So like I said, once you pull it out and it looks almost done. So as I could see here, I pressed in the middle and it went down a little bit. So I knew it could go a little longer, but that is when you want to put the marshmallows on top, just because you want to give them like a little meltedness. One thing I almost did was put it under the broiler and kind of crisp up the marshmallows, but I personally do not like burnt marshmallows, especially when I make s'mores. I just like it to be like semi-melted, which was basically what I was going for. And that's what I got. So definitely, definitely, definitely recommend this recipe. You can basically mess with it to your liking. Put as many marshmallows, put less marshmallows, put some chocolate syrup on at the end. Do whatever you want, but it is so good. And if you try this, please let me know and leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, because I've got to know. But that wraps up today's video. So if you liked it, definitely hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. And be sure to stick around to the end to see the list of upcoming videos that I have coming soon. And as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video releases. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope to see you next week. Bye, guys.